Hello and welcome everyone, I'm James Rose and this is Stellaris 2.0 Apocalypse. We are going to be doing a game in this as the regime of Apollo. We are the Naga. We are a humanoid. You have to imagine there we have like a snake tail down below. We're a martial dictatorship. This government is a militaristic form of autocracy where the warrior who is considered the strongest leader rules with absolute power. You can kind of see what I'm going for. We're a police state. We have a warrior culture. So that gives us minus 25% unrest and army damage and army upkeep 20% better in their respective roles. We are an authoritarian, xenophobic militarist. So we gain monthly influence and slavery production is up. We can get star bases and claims cheaper. And we do more army damage and have better fire rate on our ships. Plus with the xenophobe we have purge aliens, enslave aliens. And we're not allowed to be friendly. What is? While thinking, right? We're starting off, we're authoritarian, so we have a caste system. So half of our population are going to be slaves. They're the weak ones. They're toiling in the mines or growing crops / like, I imagine, giant rat farms for our snake people to eat. They're the weak ones. They can't serve at the front. However, the Naga are a much stronger race than any of the other races in the galaxy. And so as we get more aliens underneath us, we will become... There'll be less and less Naga that are slaves. And eventually we'll get rid of the caste system for the Naga and just have alien slaves doing all of our digging and cooking for us. So as the Naga, we are strong, we are traditional, we are talented, but we are decadent. So we need to have slaves of some description. Okay, I might as well go through it all quickly. So, yeah, you can see what we look like. We are the snake people. We are the Naga. I'm using the SPQR name list because it's awesome. As I said before, strong, traditional, talented, decadent. Strong is army damage and material, so we're stacking lots of army damage bonuses. Traditional, unity output plus 10%. Talented, leader level cap +1, and decadent, happiness without owned pops minus 10%. We are from a desert planet named Gaia. I know, appropriate. I spelt it differently to how Gaia is normally spelt because there are Gaia worlds in Stellaris as a type of planet. So I thought spelling it like this would hopefully have a little bit less confusion. I like the name Gaia as a name for a planet, and I think Apollo and Gaia go well with the SPQR name list as well, because obviously the SPQR is Roman and Gaia and Apollo are Greek gods. However, Greek and Roman are very influential of each other, so. Random star start, humanoid cities. We are xenophobic, militaristic, authoritarians. We have a dictatorship, police state and warrior culture. Authoritarian voice pack. We are the regime of Apollo. You can see our flag there. Humanoid ships because they're cool. Our leader, he is the Imperator. He is the strongest warrior in our race. And upon his death, there will be gladiatorial combat to see who becomes the next leader. That's how it works. And that is that. So I'm just going to make sure that that is saved. And then we're going to go on in. Okay, so obviously, huge galaxy size. Might as well. It's much more... Galaxies are supposed to be giant. Have it as big as possible. Having loaded up the game once already and had a look, I think the Spiral Forearms is very good with the new Hyperlane only games. AI Empires 15, because that's the standard for 1,000 stars. I can't say if this is too much or too little because I haven't played a full game of this yet. I mean, the thing is, that's the standard for before patch 2.0 as well, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that's the right number of empires. Advanced AI starts, we'll have 4 of them. Fallen empires, 5. That means we have all of them. Marauder empires, they're new and cool. We'll have 3 of them. You'll see. I'll talk more about the Marauders, I think, when they come up, but they're basically like Genghis Khan of the galaxy. Tradition, tech cost, normal. Habitable worlds, normal. Primitive civilization, normal. Crisis strength, gonna leave it on 1.5. On the previous patch, I upped it to 2, but now we have the mid-game crisis with the Marauder empires, so I'm gonna leave it on 1.5 so I don't get like crushed because that'd be embarrassing. Mid-game, end-game start years, leave them as default. AI aggressiveness, difficulty, empire placement normal, advanced neighbours. Yeah, let's put advanced neighbours on. That doesn't guarantee we'll have one, I don't think. But it increases the possible difficulty early on a little bit. Hyperlane density standard, abandoned gateways, wormhole pairs. I can't really speak to what is best for these or what I prefer because I haven't properly played it yet. This is my first proper game on 2.0. I loaded up the game and played it for like 15 minutes just to check how it plays and the new little features for the main gameplay. But other than that, I haven't played this at all. I've watched the stream, so I know roughly how it works. Anyway, Iron Man mode, of course. Let's go. So the first thing we'll want to do is look for choke points for our empire, so we know where we want to be holding. I want lots of like fortresses and giant star bases for the Naga. In the eons since the first primitive Naga communities took shape amid the great dune seas of Gaia, our civilization has spread and prospered. Countless nation-states formed as we advanced through the technological ages, warring against each other until only one remained. Although the fighting was often brutal, those who survived nurtured a martial tradition that has prevailed to this day. Now imagine, like, thousands of snake men slithering in lines, what do you call it in the army? In regiments, slithering in a kind of march fashion in regiments across a desert plain, holding their laser staffs. I'm kind of slightly influenced by the Ghoul from Stargate here. Is it Stargate? I'm pretty sure Ghoul is Stargate. Now, after the discovery of the Hyperlane network, the finest minds of the regime of Apollo have finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Let's go. Okay. What do we need first? Well, let's do tech, because that's what the game likes to inform us of. None of these techs are particularly good for our first one. Which of these are we likely to use first? Assist research is more of a late game thing in my opinion, even though it comes up so early. I want to be using my science ships to explore, so I won't be using this. Power Plant 2 could be useful, but I don't really see it. And Physics Lab, I think Power Plant 2 simply, well, it's the field modulation tech, but I'm not getting it for Power Plant 2. I think I'll get it for the energy storage capacity, so we can have more energy stored. So that's just a nice thing to have. So, modulated fields allow for increased production, improved energy yield. Yes. I'll be trying to read out things like tech names and stuff as we go along, because I think there's a lot of effort has gone into descriptions in this game for things, and they're generally quite good. So I think it'd be a shame to ignore them. Okay, society research. I think this one is fairly obvious. Biolab is not useful to us in the same way the physics lab wasn't. Hydroponic Farm 2 also is not useful to us. We should not be having food issues early on. However, monthly Unity plus 2, that is good. And additional edicts campaigns, I don't know exactly what those are yet. So we'll be going for planetary unification. The planet of Gaia has been unified by the regime of Apollo. So Ancient warring tribes, historical nations in conflict, now united in unified in empire. We must not, will not crumble. Beautiful. And then, God, we're not getting lucky with these texts it's giving us. I'm tempted to go for the ceremonial. How would you say that? Ceremonial metal armor. Because I said, Mining Network 2, not going to build them. Engineering Facility 1, not going to build that. We can put the armor on our ships, though. Armor doesn't cost energy to put on our ships. It just means our ships cost more minerals. But those minerals are worth it because your ships are better. So I'm going to go for the ship armor on that one. Okay. That is our text decided. We can't send our fleet anywhere because you have to explore using scientists now. God, don't they look sexy? Oh, but just look at it. This is just a mining station. Look how sexy this is. Beautiful. I kind of wish the green was a bit darker. I picked the darker of the two greens for our colours, our flag colours. I kind of wish it was a kind more, I don't know, less glowy, a slightly darker shade of green. Got our star base. It's a shipyard. Yeah, shipyards are different in the fact that they can build. You have the modules to build ships in them, but that's our star base. Science base. So I'm just appreciating all the artwork. I haven't looked too much at the humanoid designs. They really are good though. Have I missed anything? Anything else worth looking at? Well, we have our ships. Let's go with the construction ship first because we won't be using that straight away. That's cool. You can see inside it. That's where all the drones are going to come out and build stuff using their lasers. And then our science ship. This is cool. This is the Isodor. The Isodor will be going out to discover... Oh god, we haven't got any... In the game I loaded up before, I had much better choke points at the start. This is not as good. But anyway, we can't be sure where the best place to go initially is. All three of these, to me, are about the same. I'd like to get all three of them done, so we will go here first. Okay, it's Udon construction ship. Do we have any unconstructed on minerals? We do. I'm going to send the construction ship to build that. Because more minerals is better. It means we can do other things. And I think at this point I will unpause. Let's watch our science ship go out on its first voyage. There it goes. It's off. I can not quite keep up with it. It's getting away from me. Okay, what else have we got in this system we need to take advantage of? We got energy, we have science we need to take advantage of. So we're going to be ahead on physics as opposed to the other things initially. You have an unused module. What do we want to use this for? Currently none of these things. Don't need to be able to build ships faster. Don't need more ships. And trading hub. We don't need more energy right now. I don't want to be spending the minerals on energy when we don't need it. Okay, you I want here. You're in charge, Governor Secunda Minidius. Martial law, no point in that. We have a small amount of unrest, but it's nothing major. We have some defense armies. We can build our construction and science ships from here. You have to build those on planets. And then you build your military ships in your shipyards, which are a module of spaceports, starports, starholds. This thing. Okay, what we got? Okay, we found an alpine world. That's not useful to us. We like the hot. An alpine world is cold. But at least we have found a colonizable world, and it's proof there are more of them out there. Okay, let's just stick it up to fastest while we go through the system. Actually, let's turn it down to fast, and then I'll come back to this guy. Also, with this being the first episode, tell me how the sound and things are. I did a little testing before I started recording, and I thought it sounded alright with the volume of the game compared to myself, but it could be different for you guys once it's been through YouTube. Ooh, 60%. How about we leave this alone? A small rectangular object on the surface of this planet is deflecting all scanning beams like a mirror. Our sensors are unable to determine its material composition, and we will leave that be, because that sounds like not good. Okay, put it back up to fastest. I'm looking for mineral deposits to start with. We have positive energy. We don't need more of that, but we do need more minerals. Although energy, no, you have to spend energy on leaders now, and we will need more leaders straight off. So perhaps we do want to build on the energy. I can't, because before I wouldn't bother building energy unless I was running out of it. But now, because you just end up with loads of energy at some point in the game. But now you do need energy to buy certain things, so perhaps I should just play randomly, not worry too much about min-maxing. The Isidore, Isidore, I don't know, has made a startling find on Izyal III. 3. Izyal 3? I'll just go with 3. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on Gaia. The amazing discovery has silenced those who believe we were alone in the universe, although none of the alien creatures found on Izyal 3 are sapient? Yeah, sapient. Sation. God damn it, dyslexia is annoying. It's much worse when I'm trying to read out stuff like while recording. I'm normally not nearly as bad. Like, the thing is that you recognise the word, you know what it means, but actually saying it is difficult. At least that's what I struggle with anyway. It's likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. Society research gain. We may not be alone out here. Better not be, I need to kill things. What will my fleets of war do?
Star system charted.
Thank you. What will my fleets of war do if we don't find other alien life? The regime of Apollo is abuzz with news of alien life found on Isidore. While hardly intelligent by Naga standards, the fascinating beings defy easy classifications and hint at the immense complexities and possibilities of the universe. I don't know whether to say Naga or Naga. But obviously, I've used that name from other fantasy things, the Naga being snake people. Ooh, comet sighted, nice. Small celestial object with pronounced gaseous and particulate tails was recently observed in the Apollo system. Its passing was uneventful. A good omen, I say. You need to go and have a look at this system next. And I'm going to turn this down because you were sat around for a while because I had it on fastest. Okay, let's go to our spaceport. Let's build another science ship. We have enough energy to get another scientist. And we need to be discovering things so we can claim them for our own. And we also need to be thinking about choke points. Like here, this is awful because there's 3 connections here. Here is better. There's only 2 connections here, and then there's this one which goes into a closer ring. There's that connection. All the connections through here are fine. Okay, science ship. So before I continue talking, let's get another scientist.
Construction complete.
Research speed, anomaly, you go. Go here. Ooh, what's this? Desert world, excellent, that's what we want. There should be a couple of them knocking about. Let's send a guy to there. Sorry, my phone's ringing, I hope you can't hear that too much. 1 second, let me just mute the mic. This should... Sorry, that was my mum, so I just needed to see what she wanted. You can't ignore your mother, guys. It's always important. Okay. Now, do I want expansion or discovery to start with? Because obviously you always pick one of these two first. I feel like the Naga are more of an expansion-based people. What good is scientific discovery if we don't own it, right? Okay, so we need a base along here somewhere. Ideally this way, these two systems would be a good cut-off. And we need, obviously, one of these two systems. Is that a worm? No, it's a black hole. It's not a wormhole. And then, what about this? There's two systems here. That might be an alright choke point. Between all that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could, you quite quickly get more starbase capacity, I think. So, having 6 points to defend shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, so we've built up everything in Apollo.
Star system charted.
Hey, gained a level. What's he found? Pause. Efforts to map the surface of this planet have identified a strange mountain formation in the southern hemisphere. It does not appear to have formed naturally. 20%, leave me for now. Is there a way to have it show where you have things to do? Oh, I see. If you hover over it, shows you. Okay, that's not too bad then. We have a level 3 here and a level 2 here we need to do when our scientists are a bit better. You go this way. Okay, this is where our habitable planet is, so we probably want our first post, starbase outpost, to be here. There should be another habitable planet we can use somewhere that isn't this stupid alpine world. Because I'm pretty sure you should always get 2 others that are your type of planet nearby. At least that's how it used to work. Yeah, leave B for now. 20%'s not great. The guys are exploring, so they should quickly get... One of them should get to level 3 fairly quickly. He's just hit level 2 after surveying 2 systems. So once he's done like 3 more, he should be able to come back and do this anomaly without any difficulty. Okay, so everyone is doing things right now. Speed the game back up. I'm trying to take
Star system charted.
I'm trying to take it a bit slow so that I want to get better at Stellaris, basically, guys. I feel like I'm not good enough at Stellaris. So I'm taking it slow and learning the new systems and getting better at the old systems as we go along. Sensor echoes have identified the presence of some kind of unidentified object deep within the atmosphere of this gas giant. Leave B for now. Desert world, excellent. That's where our other world is. So we also want to go up this way once we have control of this system. Question is at this point, do I want a second construction ship? I don't think I do. I think 2 construction ships would be too much for our economy to actually be able to take advantage of. What that's not what policies and edicts. What can we do? Information map the stars. You know what? Survey speed I'm going to take this. I'm going to activate that.
Construction complete.
Because the quicker we discover things, the more easily we'll be able to go towards the better things. For example, we could find there's a desert world over here just before another empire snatches it or something if we survey a bit quicker. Now, I need a star base here. However, because I just spent some of my influence, I am lacking it. Well, we can send him over here, move here, and then when we have... Oh, hello. The Isrian Concordat. We have discovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Bonos 5. From what we have translated so far of their language, we have learned that these aliens called themselves the Irisian Concordat. They were an interstellar power that held sway over this region of the galaxy a little over 1 million years ago. They appear to have been 6-limbed mammalians and there are several references to some sort of plague called the Javorian pox, which swept through their empire with devastating results, possibly leading to their extinction. Interesting. This is our precursor event. I've never finished a precursor chain. I've found all the artifacts and been told where their homeworld was in a game before, but then I couldn't actually get to it because it was surrounded by a big militaristic empire who didn't like me. So I've only really played to like maybe what you'd call the mid game in Stellaris, which is why I want to take it a bit slower and try and learn the game more, because I do really like Stellaris. For some reason I've never gotten into it properly, and I'm hoping that the new changes I'll be more into it. The administration on Gaia received Science Officer Decimus Ostorius's report on the alien remnants with some apprehension. The leavings in question are now widely considered to be definite proof of unknown forces once having been active in the galaxy, though some prominent Naga thinkers reject this in favour of identifying the traces as freak geological formations or results of curious natural phenomena. Remarkable that people can be so thick. Okay, build me an outpost here. Then we want one here. Then we control the systems where our planets need to go. Let's take it back to fastest.
Star system
We're
charted.
mainly lacking influence right now. Okay.
Star system charted.
There are signs of activity of an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. 20%, I'll leave it be. Although, maybe this guy... 5%, yes, go do that. I'll bring over our better scientists to do the research. Meanwhile, this guy has finished what he was doing, and I'm going to send him down here to survey this system. Because then we have everything within 2 jumps of our homeworld surveyed. Oh, is there some... High gravity, great. One of our first planets has an issue with it. What have we got? We got a size 17 world, that one looks alright. And we have a size 16 world that's a bit pants. And here on Gaia, we need to build a mining network here for this guy, so he has some work to do. And you finished doing that. However, we don't have enough influence for this. So in the meantime, we have plenty of energy, so I'll just tell him to build a mining station here. You're still missing a module. What could we build? Oh no, I decided before none of these are worth it right now, didn't I? Disease control. Okay, so this is to do with the guys that came before us. Debris from what must have been a massive orbital installation has been discovered above Gilprim 5. Artifacts recovered amongst the debris have confirmed that this space station served as the headquarters of the Irisian Concordance Authority of Disease Control some 1.2 million years ago. The Irisians were far more susceptible to alien diseases than most known species, and the budget of their public health institute nearly rivaled that of their military. Despite this, surviving records show that the entire species perished from the pox.
Situation log updated.
Sucks to be them. And I need a level 5 scientist to actually do that. Okay, so we'll just send this guy up to survey this system. And this guy is just getting down to where he needs to go. Travel does take longer now. Okay, so you built that.
Construction complete.
And we can now build an outpost here. And we can also take our next thingy. What's it called? Tradition. Capital buildings now produce more unity. Starbase influence cost reduced by 10%.
Technology.
I'd like more unity actually. Unity's cool. People need to be unified. Power plant thingy-mabob is done. Okay, what have we got? Better shields, better lasers, or global energy management. I think the best thing we can do right here is get blue lasers, more powerful than red lasers. These blue variants emit electromagnetic radiation at a wavelength that appears blue or violet to most organics. So they have more energy and shoot things better. Got it. Anomaly research speed, sure. Both of you are level 2. I need a level 3 guy. Ah, if I highlight one of the science ships, then it brings up the anomalies. Unfortunately, mousing over them doesn't tell me what the chances are. I can go in and do that and see it's 20% risk. That's a tiny little UI thing they could possibly change, which would be nice. Anyway, unpause. I need to make sure I don't sit with the game paused for too long. I have a really bad habit of doing that in these kind of games, and although it doesn't matter too much when I'm just playing on my own, it's not great for when I'm recording. Habitable World Survey. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Gaia. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalogue the life forms we encounter are already underway, but as xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. I get 20 influence now, which is 1/3 of what I need to take a system, or I can get a lot of good stuff later. We will begin this initiative.
Updated.
Having more planets where we can colonize is certainly a good thing. And that is where I'm going to leave it for today. Also, how much does it cost to colonize now? Is it still 5? Ooh, it's not 500. Base costs 300. Why does it cost me 315 then? Okay, so colonizing's gone down in cost. That's good. Oh, in that case, let's end this by sending... None of these are great places to put this. Here is actually not bad, because then it's improving all of these tiles. And not competing with other things there. Okay, we've started building our first colony ship, and that is going to be the end of this episode. The regime of Apollo is going to move to its second planet. It's going to be its first planet away from Gaia. I think I'm going to call it Zeus. And until next time, I hope you have a very good day. And in the meantime, enjoy life. Bye.